Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you a list of different ideas that you can do for when you're bored.
And trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm wrong. I got it, go, running to better times.
So before we get started, please don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button to help support my channel. So I started off making this list and I started off by doing like in sections, but actually it didn't really work that way and I had to just like start writing a load of things down. But basically I'm going to start off with things like exercise. And so my first suggestion for something to do when you're bored is to do some yoga. There are plenty of yoga routines on YouTube, so maybe one of those would be very, very good. You could also go for a walk or go for a bike ride. The next section of activities that I came across was crafts and hobbies. Number 4 on my list is knitting. So learn to knit or do some knitting if you already know how to. Learn how to needlecraft or do some needlecraft. So needlecraft is things like cross stitch or embroidery. Do some cooking. Learn to bake. Baking is one of my favourite things to do. So I absolutely love baking. More for the reason I get to eat the sweet treats afterwards, but yeah, I'm actually quite good at it. So I'm going to insert some images of some of the cakes I've made. But yeah, I love baking. Do some drawing or learn to draw. Learn an instrument. Fun fact, I kind of know how to play the flute, and it was something that I did when I was like 13, and I bet that I would sound absolutely rubbish now that I have not played it for ages. But yeah, I did play the flute for a while, for about 3 years of my life actually. So yeah, that was one of my childhood things that I did. You could play a board game. Obviously this requires like more than one person usually, but there are actually alternatives to board games on the computer. Play a computer game. So obviously that runs in from the board games, but there are obviously plenty of games that are not board games but are still computer games on platforms such as Steam. You could read a book. You could listen to an audiobook. I have been listening to a couple of audiobooks recently and I am absolutely in love, to the point where I am so excited to continue them. Like, it's at a point where I'm 100% the most inspiring books that I've listened to, and I'm one of those people who really struggles to actually read a book, like a physical book. But to listen to an audiobook is just amazing. I can sit back, I can close my eyes, I can relax. And I actually have a subscription to Audible. This is not sponsored, but this is just the platform that I use. And I'll insert a screenshot of the 2 books that I'm actually currently listening to. So I finished one of them and then I liked it so much that I brought another one from the same author. And her name is Chloe Brotheridge. She just gave me a whole complete new outlook on life. And I actually DM'd her. I think it was like a DM, but it was like a story mention, and that's how she kind of like got it. And then she replied to me to say, you know, it's so good, almost like to hear. But I'll put a screenshot in of what she said. But yeah, you could listen to a podcast. A few other things you can do is to watch a movie. You could watch TV or stream some TV on a platform such as Netflix, or you could watch YouTube, which is obviously what you're doing right now because you're watching this. So thank you. So the next group of activities that I sat and wrote down were things that required you to then go out to a place. So you could go to a local park. You could tour a museum. You could go to a zoo. You could visit friends or family. You could clean your house. So this is when my list of activities just kind of went all over the place. Enjoy a bath. Learn a new language. And I know there's plenty of apps out there to learn new languages. I personally haven't learned a new language, but you could. You could do some self-care, such as face masks, or you could put on a like body lotion and make you feel like really nice. I personally have a foot spa and I absolutely love it. So you could join a pen pal Facebook group and get a pen pal. It also gives you an opportunity to then go out and have a walk and post a letter. You could organise your closet. You could do a puzzle. You could do a word search. You could get takeout. Go shopping. Dye your hair. This one I actually really want to do myself, and it is to create a collage of pictures that represent memories that you've made. You can go swimming. Colour a t-shirt. It was all the rage at the beginning of lockdown to tie-dye t-shirts, but I mean, you could tie-dye them, or you could like get the fabric markers and actually draw onto them. You can make friendship bracelets, and these are more cleaning ones, but you could clean out your fridge. You could clean out your cupboard. If you fancy some more self-care type ones, you could paint your nails. You can go mini golfing. You can make a vision board for the achievements that you want to achieve within the next year or the next couple of months. And finally, you could create a YouTube channel. So that is it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed and you've got some ideas from this list. As always, thank you very, very much for watching, and I shall see you in my next one.
Nobody can make her feel that.